Good morning, this is Zachary from Zachary Sweeps. I'm just doing this quick video on how to operate a wood burning stove. I get a lot of questions. I was heat test registered for over 18 years, and obviously when I installed them, people used to ask me all the time, like how to operate these appliances and everything, and I thought it'd be a great idea for the channel to do a video on how to operate wood burning stoves. And basically I thought, what a fantastic idea to do a Chesney's ones. The Chesney's stoves, they come in all different sizes, all different kilowatts. Heat is obviously the heat output, depending on the size of the room, depending on what sort of size that you go for. You calculate the area size of the room, and that gives you the sort of the right size kilowatts for the actual stove for the room itself. So there's a bit of mathematics involved in working out what would be the right one, because obviously you don't want to get a stove that is too big for the room and then it's too overpowering, and that you can't have it on all the time. You want one that's going to be basically a stove that you're going to be able to use all the time, and it's going to be a nice comfortable heat, and you can relax, enjoy, watch TV, listen to music, or whatever else you want to do, read a book and enjoy your stove. So basically what I'm going to do is just going to go through a few operational things with this actual appliance, so that you're aware of what to do with them. So on the bottom of here, as you can see here, that's your air vent. And basically what it does, the point of the air vent there is to allow the air to circulate inside the wood burner. The reason why that is there is when you first light your fire, you'll find that the actual wood burner would be very cold if it hasn't been used for a while. Even after a couple of days they can get cold. So it's always a good idea, if you watch one of my videos, if you haven't used it for a long time, like why is my wood burner not drawing? It might draw straight away, but a lot of them, because they've got an aluminium stainless steel flue pipe in them, they can become very cold very quickly. So it's a good idea to open that vent up, pack it with loads of paper, and then light it and let it roar up into the chimney, and then let that die down, which will warm up all the flue and everything, and then have your fires afterwards. But obviously you don't want to be doing that every time you're having a fire. So once you've done that once, you shouldn't have to do that again unless the weather's really bad, or the rain's really bad, or you might have not used it for a couple of weeks. So but that aside, today what we're sort of concentrating on is just the normal operational running of a wood burner. So basically what you do is you open that vent up fully, and then obviously you open the door like that, and then what you do is you put your paper, your kindling, and then some small bits of wood, or whatever you like to burn in your appliance. There's two different types of wood burners. You have a multi-fuel wood burner, and just a standard wood burner. As you might not be able to know, but this is a standard wood burner, and the reason why it's a standard wood burner because it hasn't got a grating on the base of it. This is what I say to people, and this is what some people get very confused about it. It's like when they do come, because some of the wood burners that are just designed specifically for wood have a grate also in them with an ashtray at the bottom, and the thing is, what it is like it's the same thing as this, and they work the same way. So what it is that if you've got one that's got a grate on it but it doesn't move about, it's not a multi-fuel one, you want to let the ash fill up, so it fills right up, so it's so there's no air going underneath it. As you can see with the Chesney ones, they're kind of like the Mercedes Porsche sort of versions of the wood burning stoves. They're very high quality. They've been designed very well, so they don't have a grate on them because it's not a multi-fuel. So like some normal wood burners do have a grate on them, which they shouldn't. It's all right to have one, but realistically what they should tell you is that you should fill it up with ash. you should have a nice thick ash bed. So with this one, it's a great way that you can start off with this. You can there's just a flat bed there, so it's a brick there at the base of it, and then basically what you do is you can have your fire straight away on top of that, and then what you want to do is basically you want to have a good inch of ash in there. After a few fires, you'll get that, and leave it in there. It will compress down, but always leave a nice thick ash bed in your wood burner. It really helps burn well with the appliance, and it will make it burn a lot more efficiently. You'll find you'll go through your wood a lot less, and you'll find that it'll work overnight. So obviously the first thing you do, like we were going to go with this one, is we'll put the paper, the kindling, and some wood in there, and then obviously we pull the vent out fully, and then what we do is, when you look up here, you've got up here, this is what they class as a baffle plate. Then these baffle plates, what they're designed to do is they're designed to stop their flame going straight up into the actual liner itself. And the reason why that's there is that this one's got about 2 or 3 baffle plates inside it, and they work at sort of one goes up, it goes up, hits that baffle plate, then it goes to one to the front, then it hits another one, then it goes along, and then it goes back, and that's what it does. So basically, what happens is it keeps the flame in the appliance for a long period of time. The longer it stays in the appliance, the more heat is going to be generated from the actual wood burner itself. And this customer is being advised correctly, but Chesney's do a lot of their appliances, they come with these, and they're called thermometers. And basically a thermometer, you stick them on the side of the appliance. You can't do it on this one, but some people put them on the side there, and some people put them up there, and you can put them on the collar like that. They do these half moon shaped ones now, which are great. Some of them you can actually stick on there, but being a stainless steel pipe, it only sticks on cast iron. With these, you can see that what you need to do is you need to get it to the right temperature. You must get the one, if you don't, it doesn't come with one on your stove, you must get one that is specifically designed for your stove. Otherwise you will find that you could be burning it too hot, and it will start melting the mechanisms and everything inside the appliance. So basically with this, it's because this is the right one, it's telling you what temperature you can burn it at, obviously between the black. So as long as you're burning it in the white area. Let's zoom in a little bit. Best operations, it says there between 300, well, it's probably about 250 to well, it was about 460, something like that. If you keep it in that sort of temperature area, which you can control it with that air vent. So if it gets too hot, you can sort of open the air vent up and it will cool it down. So like, but with this one, obviously, the customers put it at the side, which isn't a problem, but it just have to keep an eye on that when he's using the fire. So basically, as I said, I've pointed out, I've shown you the baffle plates, so I've told you what they're designed for. You don't need to take them out. They do come out, but what you have to do is, I might show you in a minute how to do that. Also, the customer's he's got himself a fan. They can be very good if you get the right ones. So there's a lot on the market that aren't good at all. But this is great because obviously there's a small opening inside there. So like with this fan, it will push out a bit more heat into the room. So like make it more efficient, which is great. And remember, you hear a lot of stories about all these new stoves that are coming onto the market, that they're better than the ones that were a couple of years old or 5 years old or 10 years old. And to be fair, it's rubbish. It's absolute nonsense. It's just a way. It's just a con. It's just a way of trying to get you to purchase another stove. That's all it is. Because at the end of the day, it's what you burn on them is what's the important thing. So you could burn plastic on this and it'd be bad for the environment. You could buy a brand new one and burn plastic in that one and it's bad for the environment. If you burn hardwood, good wood, good seasoned wood. I've got a video on my channel that you can see which woods to burn. Obviously you burn good wood on this, it's going to be good for the environment. If you burn good wood on your new stove, it's going to be the exact same. So don't listen to all that nonsense about that they improve. They don't improve, it's the actual what you burn in them. The other thing I want to point out is that on this one you can see here along here it's got what we call as this particular appliance is called a clear view system, a clear view stove, sorry. And basically what that means is that it has an area like this. You can always tell when they're clear view, because you look at them and it's got this metal piece that goes across, well, cast iron piece that goes across here. Basically what that's designed to do is to blow with the help of this air vent, is to push air through there to blow onto the glass. And what that does is that keeps the glass clear so that you can enjoy the fire when you're using it. So like obviously when you got the fire on, it blowing the cold air going, not cold air, the warm air going across the glass, and then that way it stops it tarring up. It's got a little bit of a mark on there, so maybe it's something to do with words or something. But to get rid of that, it's very simple. Bit of hot water and some ash, mix it together and then rub it off, and a lot of the time you can use the oven cleaner, glass cleaner will get that off as well. So it's very simple. You don't have to go for all the fancy products or anything like that. So basically once you've I'm basically just explaining everything about the appliance so that you're fully aware. Some of them have air vents as well on the top. Some of them have a little screw one around here instead of this one. You know, they have them all different way. But if you when you get your actual stove, always keep the manual as well. Keep it in a safe place. I really stress this. You must always write down the make and model of it. As soon as you get that purchase, when you've got it, keep everything in a safe place, because these fire bricks, they don't last forever. And when they break, you'll go back to the manufacturer and he'll charge you like 200 quid to get new bricks for these, where you can go on eBay and get a set for £25, but you've got to know the make and model. So if you know the make and model, so it's really worthwhile keeping hidden, you know, not hidden away, but put somewhere safe. And the other thing I would say about them is that you know, it is very important to do that. If they do crack, don't worry about it. They will crack. It's when you put the logs in, they can bang. And remember that they're very soft sort of material, like MDF, really. That's the only way I can really explain it. And of course they're flat and they're up against cast iron. So when you're putting your logs in and stuff like that, it can you know, crack. Sometimes when they're fitted, they get dropped, and they can have hairline fractures in them, all sorts of things. So that's what will happen with them. Can crack. If it does crack, it's not an issue. You can put them back together. I've done a video on my channel where they where, you know, as long as they all go back together, they're fine. It's not an issue. So you don't have to replace them every time you get a crack. Remember that, because it can save you a lot of money. So remember, always keep the manual, and always write down the make and model of it and put it somewhere safe. So if you ever need to get fire bricks, because you will do, they don't last forever. It's like with the gasket ropes here, they will go after a while. Probably should last you between 3 to 5 years. Most sweeps carry these around with them, so if they need to be replaced, they can be replaced. And that's it. So basically now we go back to lighting the appliance. So what you do is you've got your paper kindling and your wood in there, you light it, and then obviously you shut the door like that, and then the vents open and it will start to roar away, and then after a while you'll start to hear the wood crackling, and then you adjust this down. And a lot of them you don't adjust it all the way down to the end, because it will stop the air straight away. You've got to get it warmed up and and obviously let it crackling away for a little bit. So what I always do is I put it about halfway, leave it like that. A lot of them you can't close fully because it will just stop all the air. So a lot of them you have to leave them open just a little bit like that, and then just allow it. Once you start hearing it crackling, then you know the wood's quite light. Then you can add some more wood onto it, and then after that, then you can start enjoying your fire. But with the air vent here, you might have to open up a little bit more, or you might be able to close it nearly all the way down. A lot of the time you just have to leave them open just a tiny little bit, just to give it enough air to sort of draw through the actual appliance. Because as soon as that flue is warm, then it will draw up the chimney. So I hope this helps you. It's something you can go back and look at and watch again. But that is how you operate a wood burning stove. Have a lovely day from Zachary Sweeps.